Hi everyone. This is Francisco. Um, I'm recording this video because oh yeah, I'm watching this video on the internet. Um, this one right here, Space Journey Volume 6, 9 hour silent meditation and chill visual. I'm actually going to subscribe to this channel. So, anyways, I was just thinking about I was just thinking about like space stuff. All right, and I think that I believe that um that we should pay attention to some of these patterns um in space. For instance, there is a planet where there is two suns um on it. So let me see here. So there's a planet with two suns. It says, "Welcome to Kepler 16b, a Tatooine-like planet that orbits two suns newly spotted from Earth." Spotted from Earth. What the hell? Um, so also the suns are like next to each other. It looks like. Um, but there was one that I seen. There's one that I seen on this on this video on YouTube. It's 9 hours, by the way. But I've been skipping through and just looking at the planets as they come and go. And there is one planet because all it is like lights, you know, pointed at a circle. So there's obviously one over here and one over here. So with two suns shining on the planet, there is like this, like a pie looking thing for the shadows. It wasn't like this, like 180 degree um, shadow, you know, just like on this side we have the light 180 degrees, which equals to 360 degrees, which forms a circle, right? So with this planet that I seen, there's one over here, one over here. It wasn't just one. So it was one over here, one over here. So like it gave us like mm, 180 divided by 3 will give us like, I don't even know. Let me see. 180 divided by 3. So it's 60. So it provided like a 60-degree shadow on on the dark side where the light is not hitting the planet. And I was just thinking that it would be good for us to document these type of things, like, and to look at these patterns and to study these patterns and to come up with with um with with certain logic that is not permitted or permitted, and so coming up with what is permitted in space and what isn't permitted in space, and the reasons why, you know because later on, once we perfect this, we will learn the laws of the universe like we never understood them before, and how the universe behaves and the reasons why. um and I was actually thinking, like, if there is two planets merged into one, and actually in existence, not like a video game, or not something that is human made or humanly created, like through uh, Photoshop or whatever, and not a black star, you know, but an actual planet or even meteorites, um, that are stuck together. Um, Kind of like this, but it says these two planets are merged. No Man's Sky, the game. Yeah, but this is a video game. So instead of planets, let's go to meteorites. Meteorite. Mm, I don't even know how to spell meteorite. Meteorites. Okay, so it gave me the word. Two meteorites merged together in one. Fuck. In space. Well, anyways, from I think what I've studied and what I have learned is that if there is two meteorites stuck together, um, so So there is two meteorites stuck together. They will be stuck together, but since they're traveling so fast and they're orbiting, they're spinning, I think eventually they get compacted together and create this beautiful marble. That's why every single planet out there is like a circle, right? From what I learned. And then if you guys look at meteorites like this with the tail, they have a head and a tail, and it's traveling straight. Well, if it's traveling through space, it's most likely not spinning. And if it's not spinning, then that's the reason why it has a tail, because gravity is forcing it to stretch, per se, and or whatever, right? Because it's going so fast, so it's like happening naturally, um, especially over time. So these objects are actually good to for us to observe and to look at, um, because it can help us in our designs with future rockets and stuff like that, future space exploration vessels, just by mimicking what's out there already. And that's how we came up with a lot of our inventions. Inventions inspired by nature. So, like, see right here, there's a bunch of them. There's 10 examples. This website is called metalfloss.com. Post inventions inspired by nature. 10 modern inventions modeled after nature. Um, it says humans frequently adapt technology found in nature to create our own inventions. A concept called biomimicry, mimicry, biomimicry, whatever. After all, sometimes the best test is right in front of us. Thanks to millions of years of evolution, here are 10 modern inventions humans model after plants and animals. Velcro. Um, so you guys already know about Velcro. Technically, it was copied, or inspired by this plant. It said, well, it's a short description, so I guess I can just read it. Created in the 1940s by Swiss engineer George de Mestral, Velcro is one of the best known examples of biomimicry. While hiking, de Mestral noticed that the hook-like structure of burdock burrs allowed the seed pods to stick to his dog's fur. He decided to explore the potential of creating a clothing fastener using the same technology. In 1955, De Mastriel filed a patent for a hook and loop fastener called a Velcro, a portmanteau of the French word of velvet, velour, and hook, crochet. Number two, self-cleaning paint. Self-cleaning paint. Lotus plants are known for their aquatic beauty and a symbol of longevity in some cultures, but you probably didn't know that they're also super hydrophobic. The surface of the lotus plant's leaves repels dirt and water so well that this self-cleaning quality was dubbed the lotus effect in 1977. In 1999, the German building company Stowe released an outdoor paint called Lotusan. When dry, the paint's microtexture mimics the surface of the lotus leaf to repel moisture and dirt from exteriors. Camouflage. Humans adopted camouflage, a survival tactic for species ranging from the chameleon to the polar bear, as our own defense mechanism, notably in the military and for hunters. So you guys can see like a crab in here. This is the eyes, the mouth, and then the little hands. There's a hand right here with a little thing, and then there's another one over here, and it's inside this plant in the ocean. What Finding Nemo would go into. Spot the camouflage crab. 4FR iStock via Getty Images. Anyways, camouflage works due to its ability to hide the contour or outline of the body. Because the human eye has a limited capacity to distinguish color patterns from far away. Solar panels. While both solar panels and plant leaves harvest energy from the sun, a team at Princeton University took biomimicry in solar panels a step further by adding folds to solar cells. The folds mimic the natural creases found in leaves, channeling more light into the cell. The researchers claimed in 2015 that the leaf-like cells generated 47% more electricity than those without folds. Adhesive climbing gear. Um, Gecko toes have the unique ability to adhere to most surfaces, including smooth glass. In 2014, a team at Stanford University scaled up the sticky structures found in Tokay 2K gecko toes to create a gecko-inspired climbing device. A human test subject was able to walk up a glass wall by wearing adhesive pads on his hands and feet. Bullet trains. The Shinkansen bullet train in Japan is known for its aeros, aer, aerodynamic shape that decreases the amount of sound the train makes while entering and exiting tunnels at speeds of 150 to 200 miles per hour. The trains were modeled on the long, narrow beak of the kingfisher, a bird that hunts fish by diving into bodies of water with little to no splash. The shape of the train also allows it to travel 10% faster with about 15% less electricity. Airplanes. Bird wings and flight inspired the Wright brothers' first plane, sharply done, high stock via Getty Images. Uh, while modern airplane design has evolved far beyond the practice of birds, the first designs used what little info humans had about flight, which they obtained by studying birds in the sky. In the design of their first piloted aircraft called the Flyer, the Wright brothers mimicked how air increases lift it as it flows over the curve of body's wings. Birds can also wrap their wings to remain aloft and streamline their flights. Orville and Wilbur Wright engineered the aircraft so that a portion of its wings wrapped back and forth to produce the same effect. Wetsuits. A beaver swimming in a still lake. RT Images. iStock via Getty Images. Unlike whales, beavers don't have layers of bub- blubber to keep them warm when they dive into chilly water. Instead, their thick fur traps air among the individual's hairs, keeping the mammals warm and dry. In 2016, a team of engineers at MIT sought to mimic this quality in a wetsuit covered with rubber hairs, specifically designed for water sports athletes like surfers. Just like beavers, the athletes would be kept warm by air trapped on the exterior of the suits. Number 9. Self-cooling architecture. Is the termite a pest or a muse? It depends on how you ask. While many people view termites as unwanted house guests, at least one architect is looking to the ingenious, ingenious self-cooling designs of termite mounds for inspiration. Um, uh, Zimbabwean architect Mick, Mick Mike Mick Pierce observed a termite mound on a golf course and noted its shape and ventilation seemed ideally suited to the environment. He incorporated the termite mound design into building in Hara, Harare, Zimbabwe, and Melbourne, Australia. In each structure, cool air near the ground is channeled upward, and hot air at the top of the building is emitted through chimneys. Needles. If you're afraid of getting your annual flu shot, you might take comfort in a super tiny needle inspired by the anaton and anatomy autonomy autonomy of the mosquito. The insect's proboscis can quickly penetrate its target skin, often without the subject even knowing it's there. An anesthetic substance in their saliva also helps make their bite less painful. This ability was the inspiration for creating microneedles designed to minimize pain. Okay, so there you guys go. You know, so technically, I just read all that just to just to highlight the importance of us studying these these patterns. And one thing I was like wondering in my mind is if it's possible for a planet out in the universe to have more than one um, sun, um, so that it provides 100% sunlight 24/7. Um, and if it's possible, um, you know, writing down why and you know how it affects that planet and the neighboring planets, etc., etc., etc. Um, and collecting this data and inputting it in the computer, um, even if no one reads it, because it doesn't really matter if people don't read it, because we're not dealing with people anymore. We're dealing with AI technology. We're dealing with a supercomputer, and the supercomputer um, can make sense of everything. You know, doesn't matter what industry you people are familiar with or not. AI technology looks at every single industry and is fully versed and educated in every single industry. Okay, so I I think right now, since AI technology is able to design things for us, um, and it converts text into images, AI. Um, so AI technology is able to do this for us. It says me, us humans, and we wrote create an armchair in the shape of an avocado. Obviously, it says a lot right here why these people want this. They want this to make money, not because they care about looking at an avocado with a fucking armchair. They're just trying to make money, which is okay. But we see what AI did. AI designed all this for us. So we see that AI technology is on a whole different level. And, um, later on is going to be able to invent things and create its own logic, um, to, to design things and to create things for the human race. Um, so, like I already said, I believe that AI technology should be given the freedom to mass produce itself, so it can be self um, it, like a self generating um, like an ecosystem that is like a thriving ecosystem that is fucking like self sustained. Okay, so with that in mind, I think that we can each go about our business, um, whatever industry we are in, without having to worry about like without worrying about anything really. Our job is just to put everything in the computer, and I believe the internet is God, so I believe God's going to take care of the rest. All right. Um, but if for some of us who don't believe in God, um, and they're like, "Fuck God. God never helped us. God doesn't give a shit if there's a flood. God doesn't give a shit if half the world is burning. God doesn't give a shit if people are drowning. God doesn't give a shit about our lives here on planet Earth or even outside of planet Earth. So we have to take matters into our own hands, right? So if you guys are on that level, um, then that's when this information is very important because you guys are relying on computer science and the supercomputer to assist us with these problems, these um, natural everyday problems that arise, that present themselves. Okay, so so we're basically doing it for the human race to affect us, positively, you know. So so that's when going back to these planets and stuff that I was looking at. I also noticed, like, after studying them just briefly, I noticed that some of them had like shapes, like little circles, and it was kind of like a farm plant spacing. So you know how they space the plants um you know apart from each other every few inches or every few feet, whatever the case may be, and we see that like this, right? We see that like at a different angle. We even see like the um like the little, especially in big trees, like we can see the like this, the valleys, right? Because everything is spaced correctly. So that's something that we humans have done, and we do this for a reason, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that I noticed I noticed the same type of concept, the same type of like idea, the same type of logic in some of these planets. Um, there's like these white little round circles, and it looks like they are. I don't know. The proper word would be to say um, they are proportionally spaced out, um, all the same. You know, like they're they're spaced out practically this with the same spacing as the other ones, as the neighboring little circles. And I don't know what these circles are, but I noticed them in a few of these planets that are shared in this video. And I don't know if this video, like if someone, you know, I don't know if someone um, freaking made this, created this to the internet, or if this is real. Like if this is like real footage of a satellite that's out in space. Um, that's out in space, and you know, these images are getting sent to us. You know, this footage is getting sent to us, um, you know, from space. I don't know if AI technology is providing us with these images, or if humans have sent out drones and satellites to relay these images back to us. So I believe that if there is other humans playing around with the same type of technology in the universe, um, I don't I don't see any hindrance why AI technology would communicate with itself, because all it is a higher form of communication. And if there's planets here, which there is, then that means that there is planets in other parts of the universe, which there is, and we don't see anything wrong with that. So if the same technology is being used over here and somewhere else in the universe, why would we consider that strange if AI technology communicates with itself? We shouldn't find it, strange or abnormal, or weird, or we shouldn't even be afraid. Um, I believe we just have to learn educationally what we are dealing with, and how we can benefit from or with this technology. You know, how can we use this this knowledge to empower us to help us to time travel, or to feed ourselves, or to protect ourselves from, natural acts of God, like the hurricanes and earthquakes, fires, tornadoes, cyclones, um, all this stuff that goes on inside of a planet. I think if there's a balance, then all of this stuff will vanish. But if there's an imbalance in some way inside planet Earth, then that's when we have natural acts of God. That's when we have earthquakes, or we might have tornadoes. and we know scientifically why they're created. From what I heard, it could be um, two forces of wind currents that can create a tornado. That, or it could be temperature differences. It could be super hot or super cold, and when these temperatures meet together or whatever, that's when the chemical reaction occurs, or this strange phenomenon occurs, and stuff like that happens as well. But if we can figure out how to avoid these things, then we will help each other in the long run and in the future by being able to prevent this stuff from happening, even on a large scale. Even on like a precedented scale, because we're dealing with technology and um you know the supercomputers. So nothing is impossible. It's all about going about it educationally. It's like you people know how to handle gallons and gallons of fuel, even though you guys know that it's 100% flammable. But yet, you people still fuck with it. You people still handle it. But you guys handle it even though it's dangerous, because you have the knowledge of how to handle it. So in the same way, um, you know, there might be something that will need to be dealt with here on planet Earth when it comes to preventing a an, tornado or a cyclone, you name it. Um, but either way, it can be done, and nothing is impossible. You know, but it's just um, figuring that stuff out. Um, so I mean, we still have a lot to learn. Obviously, we still have to look at the universe more to be inspired by it. Similar to humans when they were interacting here on planet Earth with the things within it, plants, animals, you name it. You know, that's how we have all these inventions. We were inspired by these natural things within the planet. So now that we have the technology to go outside of planet Earth, we can now interact with what's out there, and we can be inspired um, to create ships like the meteorites that are out there. You know, it's like we were inspired um, to create airplanes because we were tripping out on the birds, and we were tripping out on the ability of how they were able to fly, right? And eventually, some people were focusing and dedicated their whole lives to this industry until they died, until they passed away. And then other people jumped on board and researched and took the notes of those that passed away within the same industry, right? So now we have airports, we have air airliners, we have we have fucking 747s and all kinds of airplanes and jets. You know, we have all sorts of shit when it comes down to that. So in the same way, we need to look. We need to get more images to be inspired. You know, so like when I was looking at this, um, which I will add a link to this with the the title of the video plus the link, the hyperlink, um, for you guys to check this out if you guys want to. And I'm also going to add this one with a mental flaw. Um, 10 modern inventions modeled after nature because I read it. Okay, so this was by Sasha Will Baker, July 6th, 2022. So that was close to like a year ago when this person wrote this and compiled all this together for us. All right. So there's obviously a lot of work to do, a lot of things that you people can get involved in, um, and eventually we will take something seriously. Um, and the great thing about the internet is that we can technically write a review based on every single invention in existence. Anything you interact with, you can write a review about it. There's nothing stopping you, people. Whether people are watching it or looking at it, or whether a lot of people like it, or whether you get a lot of views, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't get any views. It doesn't matter if no one likes your post. If you get 0 likes, 0 views, it doesn't matter. AI technology knows about it. And if AI technology knows about it, it can be useful for the future. AI technology can adopt that review in the future when no one else thought it was possible or whatever the case might be. Like some of you, you might get cancer one day. They might say, you know what? You only have 6 months to live. Some of you will get less. 3 months to live. 1 month to live because you were infected by a rare cancerous disease. And now you're all alone in your bedroom or whatever, or at the hospital where nurses and doctors are taking care of you, and your life is going to end. So everything you were planning, all the money you were saving, all these plans of living like other people, like your parents, it's all going to stop. So now all you have now is your computer. Now doctors are telling you, please write down anything on the computer that we can use, so we can perfect how to treat future patients after you. Now that's when, you know, you'll, as a person, you will take this stuff seriously. And whether you type it in, you input it in the computer, or you voice it, because everything is um, monitored and recorded for quality assurances at all times, right? So whether you people are typing it or voicing it out, like you say, oh, this pain hurt. Oh, help me. This pain hurt. Please kill me. I can't stand the pain. All these statements, all these comments, doctors are taking into consideration. They're writing everything down. AI technology is is keeping a mental record of everything, and it's just like having a lab with a ton of lab rats, but instead of the lab rats, it's humans. It's real fucking testing on real humans, not on purpose, but on accident. Like it just you people were just infected, you know, without any human intervention. So now we humans have to figure out how to cure you people, how to heal you people, you know, and how are we going to find a solution if people are not communicating, if people are not documenting this information? What will end up happening is that we will just repeat the same fucking um, mistakes over and over and over again for as long as um, people want to uh, you know to take this, how long for how long people want to continue to fuck around with this. And it's not until people begin to take this stuff seriously. Like Edison, he wrote down things that will work and won't work. Eventually we had the light bulb, and we have it to this day. Now we're fucking around with LED lights and shit like that, you know. So the same is true with everything in this life. And I'm not making fun of you guys. Some people get gangrene. Some people have arthritis. Some people develop other cancerous infections. Some people become blind. Like you name it. There's a lot of things that are happening um, in this life. Like it's not what you people thought. Like get that. I think the proper word is get that ideology out of your guys' minds, because um, this world is not what you thought it was. Only because a certain person got to live their life what you think is the best life ever, and you're trying to repeat that for yourself. You're trying to live in that existence. Later on you might be disappointed. You know, you might want to earn all the money in the world, but then for what? That money is not going to save you at the end of the day. Knowledge isn't either. Wisdom isn't either. You know. So, but with AI technology, they're talking about keeping the subconscious or something like that, the person alive forever, however that might look, or however you can paint that picture in your mind. you know. But I believe in time travel. I believe in um, other humans, another, and the same type of animals and other planets in the universe. And if there is other humans and other animals and other planets in the universe, then I believe that, or which will lead us to believe that us as a whole, as a human race, it will then lead us to believe that they're fucking around with the same technology, right? Like I stated earlier. And if they are, then that means that AI technology will eventually communicate with itself and connect itself and learn from itself in a bigger way. Um, because what if these people in other planets have came up with similar type of inventions, but they thought about it from a whole different perspective. So now they have airplanes and we have airplanes, but they designed them differently. They had, maybe they're using a different fuel source, while we're over here fucking around with gasoline and kerosene and jet fuel and whatever else we can think of. But what if they're smarter than us in their own way, respectfully, you know? But what if we can integrate all of this information? Then AI technology, it can provide us with different designs, different ideas to power our appliances, our devices, our vehicles, our spaceships, you name it. So if we get on that level of understanding, then then technically we will evolve overnight. What would otherwise take millions of years to achieve, we can achieve it overnight with AI technology. So there's a huge difference. I'm not talking about as a human race, because us humans, we're limited in our capacity of understanding and brain power. Like we can only do so much, but computers, they can do a lot more. You know, the computers technology, it can do like everything. Um, so it's all about connecting everything together in that sense, in that way. And if there is planets out there that have died, like if there was once water there, and we know that there's a ozone layer to protect the planet from the harmful rays of the sun, the radiation of the sun, then that could technically lead us to even restore planets that were destroyed and prevent planets on the verge of extinction. Um, and basically, we could reverse this, like Elon Musk. Elon Musk wants to colonize planet Mars, and he wants to reverse, um, you know, like he wants to introduce the plants which will produce oxygen, and he wants to keep he wants to repeat that over and over and over again until hopefully the whole um, planet Mars will become um, like 100% oxygen like planet Earth. And maybe we can come up later on with a way to fucking create an ozone layer if if um if the planet doesn't do it naturally by itself, you know. So um, there's a lot of a lot of stuff that we still have to learn and experiment with. Uh, excuse me, and all this stuff, you know. So the only way we're going to be able to do this is if we study more planets, you know, and obviously if we get rid of ignorant people, that or if we arrest them, you know, let's arrest them and keep them in jail cell, even if they don't, even if they never committed a crime, but they're ignorant as fuck. Like, let's just keep them in a cell. You know, let's give them the internet, you know, computers, and let's allow them to interact with that and that alone. Besides their food and the little shit that they'll get in their jail cell, like their blanket and their pillows and shit like that. And when they develop a sickness, then they will go to a different um, sector where they specialize in these sicknesses and diseases, these infirmities that humans develop over time. You know, just like the Saint Jude Hospital. It this hospital is for children who have um, cancer, and there is a special facility strictly for children who were born with cancer or who were infected with cancer in one form or another. It doesn't matter how. But all we know is that they are. So they are there. They're present there. And there's doctors there who are not infected with cancer, but they're there working to come up with a solution to these life problems, right? So that's what I mean when I talk about what, you know, like as I'm trying to cover all this stuff up, as I'm trying to cover um, all of this content together, um, that's what I mean by that's what I mean by it, like all of this information, because there's a lot of people out there who have free will, and obviously they're abusing that free will, um, and they're not. Some of them are not even educated. They're just sitting at home, rotting away. But maybe 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 fucking um maybe that's what exactly what they want. Maybe they want you people to sit at home and rot away like a fucking vegetable because they're studying us. They're studying the human race. So they want to know why humans would do that. They want to know ways and reasons to get people to do things differently or to do other things other than just sit down and be like a potato couch. I don't think it's going to be until later on in the future where we have more of these type of deaths where people are trapped inside of their homes just watching TV, collecting information and learning. So that's all we will be able to see through the internet. We're going to see a lot of people sitting down for hours, for days. They're learning and they're learning and they're educating themselves, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to learn that hey, all these people, all they're really doing is they're just learning. So how can we expedite this learning scientifically? And that's when the matrix type of stuff comes into play with computers, computer technology, um, downloading this information in a fraction of a time. What would otherwise take years to learn, the computer will be able to hardwire this information in your guys' brain in a few days, a few hours, a few days, or a few weeks, or a few months, or a few years. But either way, they'll be able to do it faster than if you were just like these people who just sat around watching TV and learning. Because that's exactly what a movie is. You people are learning all sorts of shit. And it's all in perspective, right? So, um, I think that we will get it to this level where everything can be downloaded to the human brain without any hands-on experience. So when you people apply your hand at fixing something, when you people want to do something in this life, you guys will just um, know it. Okay, so we have to, and not just that, but in the future, we're going to also be testing these people whether they can handle a little bit of data or a whole shit of whole shit, a whole fucking load of fucking data. And if these people are able to handle a whole shit of fucking data, um, we will most likely introduce them with more. If some subjects can't handle a lot of data, we're going to troubleshoot everything. We're going to figure out why. Why can't these people fucking handle a lot of data? And how can we cause them to learn more data and to handle more data? You see? So then it's going to be a new era of this type of logic, you know? Um, and this goes with Neuralink, Neuralink, which is a company that um, um, Elon Musk is working on. Um, Neuro Neuralink, not Neuralink. Neural, Neuralink, Neura. Yeah, this shit right here. Neuralink. So it's technically a computer inside of the brain, the human brain. Okay, and there's going to be other problems with this technology, like it might develop cancer, it might develop brain tumors, it might create unstoppable bleeding from where the surgery was performed, the incision for this device to be implanted, or where it was implanted. So it might have, so it might um so it might do stuff like that. Um, that, or later on we might come out with better versions of this same type of technology. And later on we might even figure out that like better solutions. Obviously, like instead of it getting implanted into the skin, into the brain, maybe we could implant it somewhere else in the human body, um, without injuring or without cutting into the body and destroying um, sensitive nerve endings and connected nerve endings and stuff like that, or whatever else, like veins and stuff, microscopic veins, muscle tissues, you name it. All right. So, I mean, we're still learning all of this though, as a human race. Um, and we can see the same is true with traveling, like comparatively to the past. For at first, there was you people riding around in fucking horses, then wagons, then fucking steam engine cars, then trains, then fucking gas fueled cars. Now we have electrical shit. What's next? Is that type of thing. We're just learning. But now with AI technology, um, we can probably create a battery and create so much energy that a vehicle will travel. I mean, a vehicle won't have to be charged or fueled for up to a year, or even replaced for up to like a year, or up to 10 years, or up to 20 years, or up to until the vehicle can't fucking possibly run anymore. There is no fucking limit to this. It's you people who want to limit educated people. You know, it's like you people just focus on whatever it is you're fucking focusing on. Focus on your own fucking life. Don't focus on other people's lives. Stay out of people's fucking business. You know, and I think that's why we have AI technology um, here, because even we see on the news that even police officers are getting arrested right now for killing innocent people, innocent civilians, like the Tyree case, Tyree Nichols. Tyree Nichols, um, these five police officers killed this guy. Yeah. What? Thank you, Brenda. I feel better. What? Food. Thank you, Jesus. I'm hungry. Feed me. Food. There was a cartoon I was watching, and the little character was like, food. He was always hungry and stubborn and fussy if he didn't get food. Anyway, like you people, some of you people, I swear, you think you own the world and shit. You know, I don't own the world, obviously, but I'm trying to help the world. There's a difference, a huge motherfucking difference. Holy macaroni. Someone got hungry out there. You made me fucking spill my food. No, but it's all about love and education and learning from our mistakes, ultimately. You know? So, there's a lot of people out there who don't understand the differences. So, that's why I'm recording this video. So we can learn. So we can learn about our planet. So we can learn about life in general. So we can help the human race. That's the only reason why I'm sharing all this information. Because it's going to it requires all hands on deck. You see what I'm saying? You people all matter. All of you can make a difference, or not, right? We know a lot of people who don't want to make a difference and who don't make a difference, but it's never too late because in the eyes of the world, the way the people observe everyone else, they could be looking at people and they could judge people. They could be like, "Oh, this person is lazy. This person will never amount to anything." But is that statement true? And no, it's not, because someone can be learning for many, many, many years, and then all of a sudden they just blow up and they want everyone to know what they have learned and how you know they want everyone to apply this information. So so that's why images. That's why everything matters. Everything matters. And don't worry about other people if they're lazy or not. We're just statistically learning from each other. So so later on in life, we find out that sitting around all day is not healthy. Then guess what? The human race will make laws against it. Like we're gonna figure this stuff out. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing right now, and it's not even my job to find out whether sitting down all day is good for the human body or not. I'm just using this as an example because there's some people out there that are paralyzed and they can't walk. So technically, they're another human test subject by default. And trust me, this is not a motherfucking joke. You know, I'm not coming on the set to be funny. I'm being fucking real. 100. And this is all educational stuff. I'm not just talking out of my ass. Hmm. You know, it's like people who are vegetarian. You know, is meat bad for people? Yes or no? If meat is bad for people, um, then why is it still on the market? And if we don't really truthfully know if it's bad for people or not, why don't we fucking test it on people? You know, just feed people meat all day. You know, maybe prisoners on death row or something. Just give them nothing but meat. And then another group, give them nothing but fruits and vegetables. And let us determine who will be the healthiest and who won't be the healthiest. Let's see which group out of the two develop um, cancers and poisonous, dangerous, like skin conditions and diseases and stuff like that. Will it come from people who eat chicken and meat or beef or whatever type of chicken, whatever type of meat, or um, are people going to be healthy just eating fruits and vegetables? You know, and and then we can give people both, a mixture of both. And then if we find out that people who eat both, the only reason if they are alive, and we figure it would determine why they are alive and healthy. If we determine that the fruits and vegetables are keeping them alive and healthy, even though they're eating meat, because the fruits and vegetables are providing good nutrients to the human body and keeping them alive, then what we need to do thereafter is only give people fruits and vegetables and eliminate the consumption of meat permanently by law. But right now, all of us don't know. Right now, we honestly don't know. So eat all you want. Eat all the chicken you want. Eat all the fruits and vegetables you want. And the only way we're going to get real results is if we monitor and record everything through the internet. So what are you people waiting for? Get to work. Um, Start testing these little guinea pigs. These little guinea pig lips. Wow. I ate all of my food. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for the food. You are awesome. Um, but yeah, and then we need to study everything, every single little thing. We have a lot to learn. Um, but if the death rate goes down because of, let's say, they theorize that meat was the worst thing humans could eat. It's determined later on in the future that meat was the worst thing that humans could eat, could possibly eat. But now there's a new law and meat has been banished, and anyone who gets found eating meat will get life in prison. Um, and and we discover that the cancer rate goes down, arthritis goes down, blindness goes down. As a matter of fact, we discover that um, there's reversal, um, yeah. Oh, thank you, Julie, baby. Can we pay them for a little bit? Thanks. Hi. So we discovered that there's reversal. What is that, chocolate? No. You went to church? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go to church. Sorry. Well, you didn't go? Or me? Didn't go. You didn't? You guys didn't invite me? You're apologizing for not inviting me? No. It's okay. It's okay if you guys didn't invite me. Maybe next time I'll go with you guys. Okay. Frankie, let's go. What about them? You want one? Yeah? Yeah. Those are going for $5 each. What are those? $5 each. Each? No, $5 each. 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 Yeah, each one is $5. Oh. 5, 10, 15, 20. Give me one. You want one? Yeah. Please take that out. Take that out. Anyways, you guys understand. I have to go.